Shocking new footage of Britney Spears has been released by the Daily Mail, but is it exactly as it seems?
That shaky, terrifying footage of a car swerving wildly? That's reportedly Britney Spears behind the wheel. A night out that started at a California restaurant ended in a scary drive that has everyone, friends, family, and the public, seriously concerned for her safety and for others on the road. This wasn't just a simple case of bad driving. According to people who saw it happen, this was a 5-mile stretch of pure chaos. So, what led to this moment? How does a night out spiral so dangerously out of control? It seems like the answers are tangled up in a story of old wounds, public accusations, and a tell-all book that has reportedly sent the pop star reeling. Let's break down what really happened on this dangerous night, because the details are even more disturbing than they first appear. The evening kicked off at Red O, a restaurant in Thousand Oaks, California. Reports from inside the restaurant claimed Britney's behavior was unusual. Onlookers said she appeared unsteady and may have knocked over some glasses. As she got ready to leave, a female friend reportedly had to help guide her out of the building. This is where things went from concerning to genuinely dangerous. Even though her friend and restaurant staff apparently tried to stop her, Britney got behind the wheel of her black BMW. The first terrifying moment happened before she even left the parking lot. One horrified eyewitness said she nearly ran over her friend while pulling out, forcing the friend to jump out of the way of the moving car. What came next was a drive that's been described as a harrowing 5-mile drive back to her home. Footage and witness accounts paint a scary picture. Right after leaving the parking lot, she allegedly pulled a startling U-turn, her tires screeching as she sped up. The erratic driving didn't stop there. Video shows her tailgating other cars and, most alarmingly, swerving out of her lane and into oncoming traffic multiple times. She also veered into a bike lane. At one stoplight, she was seen gesturing wildly and putting something into her mouth. The danger didn't end when she got to her gated community. Upon arriving home, she reportedly spent the next 30 minutes just trying to get inside. Eyewitnesses claim she keyed in the code over and over, driving up to the gate only for it to stay shut. After about 20 minutes of this, her friend, who had followed in another car, apparently gave up and drove off, leaving Britney alone. 10 minutes later, she finally got the gate to open. It was a chaotic end to an even more chaotic night, and it left everyone asking one big question. Why? Why did this all happen? To get the full picture, you have to look at her ex-husband, Kevin Federline. The trigger for this public spiral seems to be the release of his tell-all memoir, You Thought You Knew, which dropped on October 20th. The book is Federline's side of their chaotic marriage, divorce, and the messy years that followed. And the contents are explosive. In the book, Federline makes some shocking claims about Britney's behavior during their marriage and as a mother. Among the most disturbing are allegations that she used drugs while breastfeeding their infant son and that their children once woke up to find her standing over them holding a knife. Federline also claims that as their two sons, Sean Preston and Jaden James, got older, her behavior became more and more erratic. He describes a heated phone call where she allegedly told one of her sons she wished they were dead. He says these kinds of events created a huge rift, causing their sons to feel worried and terrified for their mother, and in the end, led to them pulling away from her. A source close to the situation told the Daily Mail that the book is putting Britney in a tailspin and reopening old wounds. The insider explained, she gets into these spirals and it just goes downhill fast. It's been really rough. This memoir isn't just a collection of old stories. For Britney, it seems to be a full-on attack on her character and her relationship with her children, all for the world to see. Look, this is obviously a really tough and complicated story. If you're getting value from this breakdown and want us to keep digging into stories like this, do us a huge favor and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us bring you the full story. Now, let's get back to the fallout. So, what's the real untold truth here? It's that this dangerous driving incident isn't just about one reckless night. It's a symptom of a much larger, more complicated storm brewing in Britney's life. Ever since her 13-year conservatorship ended in 2021, Britney has been fighting to get her life and her story back. Her own memoir, The Woman in Me, was a huge part of that. But Federline's book is a direct counterattack. He presents his story as a devoted father fighting for his children and his sanity against her supposed instability. He even takes a shot at the non-Free Britney movement, writing that the energy should now be a Save Britney movement because, in his words, this is no longer about freedom. It's about survival. Britney hasn't stayed quiet. She's fired back at Federline's claims, calling them constant gaslighting and extremely hurtful and exhausting. In a social media post, she wrote, "Trust me, those white lies in that book, they are going straight to the bank, and I am the only one who genuinely gets hurt here." Her reps have also highlighted the timing, pointing out that the memoir came out right after child support payments from Spears to Federline ended. This public he said, she said is all playing out under the intense pressure of the global spotlight. For Britney, who went through years of relentless paparazzi chases that led to her 2007 breakdown, this new incident feels like a terrifying echo of the past. In fact, some fans who saw the paparazzi on the night of her erratic driving immediately jumped to her defense, slamming the photographers for chasing her again. The real untold truth is that Britney seems to be stuck in a horrible cycle. The memoir's release causes intense emotional distress. That distress then seems to bubble up into public behavior, which the media captures. That media coverage then adds even more pressure and scrutiny, which just feeds the narrative that she's unstable, the exact narrative her ex-husband is selling. It's a vicious feedback loop, and on this particular night, it had dangerous, real-world consequences. The shocking footage of Britney Spears driving erratically is more than just celebrity drama. It's a public safety issue and a serious reminder of the immense pressure she is constantly under. The incident shows the devastating impact public fights and old traumas can have. While her driving was without a doubt dangerous and put people at risk, the story behind it is one of deep personal struggle. It's a story shaped by a battle for control over her own life and a painful public war with the father of her children. The untold truth isn't one simple thing. It's the complicated, painful reality that Britney Spears' fight for peace is far from over. Even after being freed from her conservatorship, she's still caught in a storm of public opinion, family drama, and personal demons, and we're all watching it happen in real time. What do you think this all means for Britney's future and her well-being? Is this a temporary setback or a sign of a deeper crisis? Let us know what you think down in the comments. And if you haven't yet, please like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories everyone's talking about. Thanks for watching.